Next thing Marco's going to say is we're at 0 meters going down, and you can say roger that, and then Scott's going to be matching the descent rate to Argus as the winch goes down.
Roger that.
And then, did you nav log there?
Yeah. To the rep 0.
Here?
It's a drop down.
Diving.
In water?
Yes. Submit.
5-0.
Okay.
Roger that.
And now we're going to need high pack again. So remember that at 15 meters, 10 to 15 meters, you're going to ask Herc for the sensors page. That way you can get your surface sound velocity. Go ahead, check off that you did that. So you can see his depth right there. So Herc, can we see your sensors page?
Sensors, roger that.
And then you see VOS is 1499.
1499.
And then,
Okay.
thanks, Scott.
You're welcome.
1499. I'm on a stool currently. That's the average you want. Yeah, surface. 1499.
Go ahead. Yep. I'm way ahead. Turn some stuff down here.
Okay, so we're probably going to do this before 50 meters?
Just do it. You can do it now.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and start. We might get some bad pings in there, but you can start that whenever. Now switch over to your ROV nav computer. So you see how it looks like Hercules is under the ship? That's not correct. That's a bad ping. We're too shallow for it to get the good.
Okay.
So yeah, we can
Jump
start
on
up
sonar?
our next thing.
Okay, so just verify.
Yeah, so we're tracking it in high pack. We are tracking them. They are wrong, but we're tracking them.
Okay. So next we're going to start all nav.
4-0.
Did you start all Navis? There you go. All right. We got sub
There's
bottom
an audio
Argus.
slate for Hercules Dive Hotel 1745. UTC time is 213705. Mark.
Say yes.
Ready for control.
Ready for control.
And then you're watching to see that we're bumping. Jess is going to tell you if she has it. There, she has it. Say Roger.
Roger.
And then you're done with the radio, you can put it in the corner.
Okay.
So yeah, we're almost there. You've got sub bottoms up, and you got 4 Doppler beams. So.
Okay.
Okay, it's all accelerated here.
Yep.
Yeah, so we want to, so this is just being painfully. So we're going to stop all this. Make sure it's all stopped. Restart it. So those positions are believable, right? You see them there? Yeah. There we go. So now this is back up. So now let's follow the rest of it. Go to controls.
Controls.
Bottom right. There we go.
Controls, map.
Vehicles is the first thing you should do. Vehicles, change, yes. Change your, now that was your vehicle marker. You want your position source, master position source above that. That needs to be USPO.
Passing 7-0.
Yes. Okay, now go back. And then I want you to hit center on map on vehicle right there. Low, 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 mid, yes. There we go. Now click over here, zoom out a bit. That makes sense, right?
Yep.
That makes sense, that makes sense? Cool, we're good. We can mess around with some of those colors and stuff later, but let's just keep going down the list here.
So we have
So check that one off. We verified that we're tracking. Yep.
Yep.
We can skip the target thing for now.
Okay.
Bridge TV to Hercules confirmed.
Yep. Okay.
Check that. And we're approaching bottom, so the next thing you're going to do is vehicles on bottom and
Passing
your
80.
log there. So keep in mind what they're monitoring right here is you see that middle thing, that's a time series. We're at the far right, and there's a range there. When we're super deep, we start that at 200 meters, but we're now at like 50-meter range. That
Roger,
bright
hold
spot is the bottom.
30.
So Argus is holding at 30 meters. They stopped paying out. And Hercules is going to continue to lower because Argus is obviously going to be above Hercules when we're down there. So we're looking now, we'll start to see bottom here.
Jeez.
And
That won't be
over here, these are our
at all.
sonars. The one on the right is Hercules' sonar. The one on the left is Argus'
exactly
sonar.
true.
Take note of the divisions in the upper left-hand corner, 20-meter divisions on both. If we want to adjust that later, we can via this.
All right.
Also, I think
We
Jessica
should
can
be
do
seeing
it as
bottom
well.
here shortly.
Right, so you want to close, keep this out of the way of the map because it's going to tell you like where you are.
It's an interesting
So
feature.
our,
Yeah.
as soon as we start to get to the bottom, we can start to show Scott a bit of the terrain he's
Not seeing
going to be
anything on the
approaching.
sonar though.
Yeah, this is weird.
Oh.
Yeah, Jess, if you pull up HYPAC survey, you can take a look at the terrain that we're above.
Roger.
So Argus is like kind of on the cusp of this feature that will be eventually going to marker T2.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's kind of probably what you're seeing as the beginnings of that
Roger.
feature.
Okay, good to know. Thanks, Ernie.
Yep.
And the bearing to T2 is 26.
It's like 135 or something like that, yeah. Yeah, 127 from
127.
Hercules or
Roger.
140 from Argus. So you can see that over here, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so we have bottom in sight there, so you can go ahead and do log on bottom on there. And we're done with that for a while, so just keep it in there. Okay, check that one off. You can the depth is Herc got there at 110, right?
110.
Or you can, if you want to be precise, 105 plus 10. So the altitude is off the deck plus the depth you're currently at.
Right.
So 116. Because we actually launched a bit deeper. Right?
Yeah.
So right now Herc is going to be setting up to lower, turn around. Once he has enough tether, he's going to drive under Argus. I'll point out these cameras. Yeah, I think we have enough time now. So what I like to do at this stage is because he's, obviously we have really kind of precise USBL pings right now because we're in shallow water and everything, but because he's trying to do something driving around and we want an accurate track of it, I do like a quick on-the-fly DVL reset and then we get a precise one when we're doing color balancing, right?
Okay.
So you can go to your controls page over here, go down to DVL at the bottom, and then click that enable button. That just allows you to do it. We're not doing it yet. And then we have USBL. So you can confirm with the pilot that we're going to be doing a DVL reset.
Okay, Scott, we're going to be doing DVL reset.
Bottom
Yeah,
in
roger
sight.
that. I'm not XY.
He's out of auto XY. You can see that green button is black there. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
And then you hit reset and then do OK. All right, so now we want to go change your master position source to,
That was
yes.
here? Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay.
Nope, yeah, that's the one. To dead rec, you say OK. And then just do another quick little DVL reset down here. He's still out of auto XY, so just do that. Okay, good. And just let him know that you can now go into your autos. We're on DVL. So.
Okay, DVL's reset. You can go back into autos.
Okay, let's do the show vehicle marker. We want to switch that over to dead rec.
Okay.
There we go. Normally this happens way after the water column, right? We just accelerated that
Right.
because of
Okay.
that. Okay, so he's you can see in camera 6, that's a downward facing fisheye lens on Argus, and you can see kind of a bright spot. That's Hercules is driving
All right,
under
what do you
Argus
think when you
right
get a
now.
little closer?
The cameras that are important
Okay.
to you
Yeah.
are, you have camera
Yeah.
2 and 3, those are the butt cams, right? So that's Argus is in the left and Herc is in the right.
Good.
We've got bubble cam is in 13 and also in 4 permanently. 13 we change often depending on what. So that's that rotary one above the porch that can look at different stuff.
Right.
Yeah, we're on Doppler right now. Yep. Let's take a look.
Well, welcome to anyone who's tuning in for our first dive of the year. We're off the coast of Osborne Bank, and right now the computer, or the website will say that we're not accepting questions. The communications computer is
Let's see what else.
currently down, but
cameras.
we'll be
Camera
back
8,
up
that
in a few
switches back
minutes, and then
forth.
we'll open up
But that's
questions and
currently
comments
at,
for anybody
the
who's
starboard
wanting to
bio
ask
box
our
looking
scientists
down
some
at it in
questions
case
about
they
where
need
we
to put
are and what we're
anything in those
doing.
boxes. You have your
So stay tuned, give it a few minutes,
winch HPU is on 12.
and we'll be
10
back
is
up
your,
and taking your questions.
high voltage cabinet that we were looking at earlier. 9 is an auxiliary winch hold, although we have 4 of them over here. 11 is the transom of the ship with the wire. We call that wire cam. So if we're in shallow water and or there's a current or something, we don't want that
15, 20?
to be touching the back of the ship, obviously. Normally we're totally fine.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Camera 5 is a camera in Argus that sees on the right, that cylinder that's just out of screen, that's actually the HD cam so that they can tilt that. And then on the left, you'll see Argus's USBL, which I can't tell if it's...
Yep. I'm speaking on SBL. You're Psi 1.
So you can talk directly to him there and listen
Okay,
if
can
you
you
want.
hear me now, Psi 1? Yeah, I'm talking to Psi 1 now.
Try side 2.
Can you hear me now?
Try getting this close to your mouth. Say check.
Psi, I can hear you now. Can you hear me? Psi 1?
They're checking it.
Yep, I can hear you. Yep.
Sorry, can you, which displays?
Oh,
There we go.
display.
So then you can take your DP away,
Yep.
and we'll just mon-right, and we'll go to Psi right here. Yes.
Okay, yep. Yep. No, I think you're controlling the cursor right now.
Is that facing north? I see that. I don't believe that that's facing north. Yeah. Right. So, right. So on our map, then I believe you want to go here. Is this correct? Yes, that's what I'm trying to sort out. If we can get that to north, and then we can kind of confirm. I think I know what we're. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll go to T2 where we left the marker. Is that where you'd like to go? Roger that. Roger. Okay, yeah, so we're just getting set up here. Thank you. No. Okay, so now that he's in Auto XY, we're gonna go in here and we'll take our trail age down to 2. And on Hercules, oops, I want that one to be 60 still, sorry. I want the USBL trail source down to 2. So now I've got a cluster of points. That's the USBL for the last 2 minutes. He's in auto XY. I know he's staying in the same spot. So the cluster is going to be like here. It's just, this is protocol. We probably had really good USBL hits in this depth anyway. But you just kind of wait, kind of get a cluster. We'll see them disappearing over here from when he was driving 2 minutes ago, then start reappearing in here. So I think it's going to be like right here. We can just kind of watch as those populate. It's a feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once we're happy with this, you're going to let them know that you'd like to do a DVL reset.
Okay, we'd like to do a DVL reset.
He'll come out of auto XY, so then quickly go over here. We want to set to cursor.
Oh.
Say cancel. Cursor. Cursor. Reset. Okay. Good. Yep, you're good to go.
Good.
There we go. So that we want to do like as quickly as possible, because when he's out of auto XY, he's going to drift a little bit.
Okay.
It's not going to be quite on.
Data lab, this is data.
Okay, so yeah. Let me just set up here what I like to do. Probably like that zoomed out. This gives them vehicle orientation if they need it. This heading, don't be scared. This heading is not correct on Argus.
Okay.
So you still can get your correct headings over here on Scott's page. You have the red arrow is Hercules and the gray one is Argus.
Right. Okay.
So that makes sense. Argus is looking at Hercules. We can see that, and we can see that it's looking, Herc is facing slightly away, right? So it all makes sense. Our positioning, everything is all together. Excuse me.
Yep.
I think we're all set. You
Okay,
guys are
yeah,
ready?
so usually video will want to do a white balance. Is that correct,
Yeah.
Ed?
Yeah, we're going to try and white balance here. We can do it when we get closer to the bottom or whenever Scott wants to. Yikes.
He should be able to hear you now. Can you check it?
It'd be great to get that
Can you
out
hear,
into the light pool.
Can you hear side 1 right now? Can you hear Bob?
No, I can't.
Side 1's on. Let's just...
I should have cleared all the
Yeah.
cross point gains when we started.
Side one, check. Okay, there we go. I got you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, there's we go.
roger that.
Okay, so what they're going to do right now is a white balance. They're using the craft arm to do that.
So there's a procedure in here for white balance. The important thing is that you want to fill the frame with white. You want the white in the light pool, so Scott will
Right.
move the arm out so the white's right in here. And you
you're
want it to
standing
be in focus, properly exposed in focus. And we're going to tell this, hey, make that electronically white.
For our viewers who are asking or saying that we have hot mics, yep, everyone's live now.
We're talking.
You will be hearing some folks training other people. We do have one intern on board for our video engineering position, and also we have someone training in the navigation role. So you will
Ready
be
to come in
hearing
if you are,
extra
Scott?
voices
Ready.
All right, thanks.
helping to train people into new
So
positions.
I'm going to come in and try and get it close in the frame, and he's controlling the position of the camera. So I'm going to get it to where he can see where I am, and now I'm going to bring it into focus, and then I'll bring my iris down. See how it's clipping up here at 100? I want that to be down around 80, so I'll get that detail back. And now I'm going to check my focus.
So while we're doing this,
So I like my focus
one
right
thing
there.
that
Scott, I'm going to go ahead and white balance the camera. Actually, I'm going to black balance this first.
Turn Hercules up.
So this is going to cap the camera. It's going to be dark for about 7 seconds. That's on purpose.
Okay.
All right, starting now.
Okay, and then I think we should get that.
All right, that's done. Stand by for a white balance.
Just to white, see how that goes. There we go.
All right, good white balance
Easier to
coming
see,
out.
right?
Yeah.
All done.
All right. Stowing arm.
Now, given this terrain, we may want to flip these monitors and therefore computer control. Just be aware of that if Scott is finding that he wants to see the base maps a little clearer.
Sure.
No, it is not. All right, camera is out. All right, and we want to go down and look at that white stuff, huh?
All right, so at this point you want to be aware that we want to be getting into this. So that white is the last time we were here. That's the dive track. And he wants to go into these squigglies. We left a marker here. He wants to go in here. So probably the best way to approach it would be around here, right? Something like that, strafing that and coming in. So now you want to start to think about how you're going to position this to allow for that. So we could probably have her come along like this, and we'll follow him right here and then duck over.
Okay.
Because if you come over too high over this, you kind of want to, like, let's be safe for now as we start to get an idea of it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the bridge to step forward.
Yeah, you'll measure that.
Yeah.
So hi to everyone who's tuning in. We're happy to have you on our first dive of the 2019 season. We're all excited to be here. We're at about 100 meters off the Osborne Bank
I don't want to listen.
in the Channel Islands in California. The question tab is open on the website. We are excited to take your questions.
Zoom in when you're ready, Scott.
Ready to zoom.
Yeah, coming in. Partial zoom, I'm holding.
So why don't you drop a target there right on Hercules and high pack and right seat. And then mark the depth over here. So because this is on the seafloor, we're going to add it once it's
Yeah, I think that one would be better.
Ready for a push?
Ready for push.
Coming in.
Do you want to get a little bit closer to it?
Now I'm going to use that for focus over
Okay,
here.
so let's measure. Argus needs to get closer to Hercules, so measure a little bit there. We don't want to get too far away because we are going to be coming back this direction. So say we can bump 1.5 meters bearing 295.
1.5 meters? Okay. And 296? Or
Sure.
29?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
295, 296.
Okay, 295. Bridge, is this nav?
There you go.
1.5.
I'm looking for it.
Bridge, is this nav? Could we step 1.5 meters, 295?
Why are we so bouncy? Yeah.
Okay. Another
Weird.
option is if Hercules is, or if Argus is looking in the general direction of Hercules, then you can just use Argus.
How much G bias do you have, Scott?
You also want to eat this
27
mic.
right
I mean,
now.
have it like right up. There you go. That's why bridge is a little bit. Yeah, I'm having the ship move a little bit forward.
I think you're at the end of your tether and getting
Yeah.
pulled, maybe.
It's, 3.5.
Jess, we have
It's getting
some
better here.
viewers from Rhode Island.
So we're kind of like directly over, so you can see now our Argus is indeed getting closer.
Coming out.
Okay.
No, that's this new target. The one that you want is
Full
there.
wide.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so that's 50 meters away from Hercules. So now you can call the bridge and say, hold position, and then you'll call in a new move. So
Bridge is his nav. Hold position. Yep.
all right, so let's get rid of this here. Go back to DP. We want to see how far along they were when they're doing that. Okay, so now let's measure. We want Argus to come down here, and then we'll kind of approach it from in there.
So about here.
Yeah, so we'll go 30 meters, 155.
155. Okay.
Yeah, and then Jess is watching, and you just want to be communicating with her because you're driving Argus and
Right.
XY, and she's driving in Z.
Okay.
So you want to kind of coordinate that.
Okay. So you got that. Good. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Bridge is his nav. We step 30 meters, 155.
Okay, and then so we watch him over here and see him type that in, and if there's anything that seems amiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'll just do 3 steps at 10.
Okay.
So just be aware that sometimes they do that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll stay in the camera view.
Is there anyone on the science team on SBL?
So because we're in tight quarters here, I think I'm going to bring in the range a bit on the mezzos. Is that okay? ROV? Are you guys okay if I change the range of the sonars, bring it in a bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
All right, so that's
No worries, Jamie,
there, and
thanks.
we're going to change the range to be less.
I know.
'Cause we're
Okay,
kind of
thank you.
going to be pretty close to the other 10-meter divisions on both. There we go. So you can see Herc is like facing generally upslope, given our mezzo. And the main thing is that we don't want Argus any blue to come too close within that inner ring of that inner 10-meter ring.
Gotcha.
So we want to monitor here to make sure that Argus is going in the correct direction that we want. So you can see Argus's trail right there. You can also see it over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Herc will want to get in front of Argus and kind of like speed ahead.
We're loving everyone who's excited that we're back. We are too. Thank you for tuning in. We might be a little slow for answering some questions right now as it is our first dive, so we're getting a lot of training done, a lot of checks.
We might want to turn up
So
that
just bear with
scan
us as
speed a
we're
bit.
shaking down this
Kinda,
first dive of the
You have
season.
lower resolution. It's not going to be as good, but you see things kind of quicker as they come.
Yeah, it's pretty steep
Yeah.
coming up.
So yeah, they're both going to come up. Probably a better thing to do is we could have waited until Herc got in front of Argus and then kind of made that move. Now we're kind of like speeding through it, but we're still, vehicles are all safe, everything's fine. It's just now we're waiting for Hercules to get in view of Argus's camera right now.
Right.
And then Scott, if you look over here, so we're going to be heading to this marker T2, but I was hoping to come along in this little divot and get in that way.
Okay.
So we've completed that ship move, and we can face Argus roughly the heading that it's currently at. You can, Argus is heading, maybe can come around a little more towards 90. Because we're actually going to be going to that T2 marker, just approaching it from this, from the steeper slope. Something like that, yes.
I'm going to give a shout out to California State Long Beach Marine Biology Student Association. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're excited to have you watching.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah, so we just double checked to see where, so here's kind of something you'll notice is that we've made our goal and we're kind of like backing down. It kind of settles in a bit funny, right? So keep an eye on where Argus is, and we may want to...
Hold up.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're all held here. The ship isn't moving. We're held.
89 points.
Yeah, that makes sense. We just want to get Argus in position.
You want Argus to be here?
Yeah, roughly there. So you can call that in, get Argus.
There? Yeah?
You don't want to be directly over.
Okay.
So hold on, listen to what Bob's saying there. Yeah, so we still want to put Argus like right here. So just measure to there. There you go. And we're going to do 25 meters at 160. 155.
155?
Yep.
2. Okay. Bridges is nav?
Turning, going left.
We want to step 25 meters at 155.
Do you guys have the C-prints powered? No, that's never mind. That's taking the coda spot, right? Isn't it?
Okay.
The coda is taking the C-print spot. Is that right?
Okay, I'm on SPL
I think.
now.
I'm not sure.
All right, so
Thanks, Bob.
yeah, you want to slide right and close the iris a little, please.
Yep. I can
A little
talk to you
hot.
directly if you want.
Yeah,
on
we're
SUP.
right here, so let's just set up camp
Far right. there you
and
go.
try to get, what's our collective depth and altitude?
9.
110?
Yeah, 110.
I'm
Slide
putting you
right.
on this flat position
Hercules.
right here. And
Yeah.
then hopefully
Your
you'll
other
end up
right.
around here. And then they're going to probably be scanning around in this whole area here. So I just wanted to get downslope of it a bit. So hopefully that's
It's a strong
This
current.
Argus or Hercules?
looks pretty strong.
That's- I want to hurt. All right.
Does that make sense, Jess, or you want something else?
So
there?
how's imaging going over there?
Okay.
Does that
Yeah, no
build
worries.
up an image?
Currently, we are getting a really clear image. The issue is that the nav strings are coming in.
But does it build it in three-dimensional space? Or
It is currently building in three-dimensional.
so we're painting an image onto that screen?
Yes. So if you look straight ahead of us here, you can see the cave
Yeah.
entrance and the rocks right there. And if you want, I can actually measure across these two.
Yeah, no, I want to come over and take a peek at it.
So I'm just going to measure right there. So you see it's about 2. I'll come on over. Come on over, Bob. All right. So what we're looking at, you can see the. Right, I'm building an image out of a bunch of points. So the jumping you're seeing is the nav strings that we're hitting. So
So once we get sorted out there, if we're going to be working in this for a bit, you'll want to get Argus to a happy spot, but I think that's pretty good for our operations right there. This, you can take whatever cues from Jess about where she wants to be, but it's a bit hard to know.
I'm saving the data and we can do that. I am building and building and building, or I can show that. The problem is with the nav data being intermittent, it's jumping that data around. So what Jess said.
All right.
So the idea is that we can paint the whole area, and then we can either correct for that later, or what I can do in real time within the last 5 days.
There's our marker.
Just measure that in real time.
You see it in the upper left there.
Yeah.
There's our marker, by the way.
Yep.
So this is really dicey because it's ledgy.
Okay.
You have to get underneath it. And then the sonar, you will see it shoot in.
Okay.
Now, that's Herc.
That's Herc's mezzo, yes, on the top of her.
When you get underneath the ledge down, that's why I want you to be as close to the bottom as you come.
Okay.
If you're shooting in,
Okay.
and so that as long as we're deep enough, we can shoot in.
Okay.
But if you get too close, you can't shoot in. So it's not that hot. So we want to move your camera more this way so that you're more looking the way the imaging system is.
Okay.
The imaging system is looking straight forward.
Jamie, we had a question come in asking how hard is it to data log and how many data logs do you usually do per dive?
Oh wow. As for the number per dive, hundreds definitely. Even within a single watch.
And a little
of
bit more
different
forward?
comments. As for how hard it is,
Okay.
it's sort of managing your time to make sure you get all the tasks accomplished that need to be done. So for example, right now I'm alternating between typing in comments about what we're seeing, what the vehicle is doing, and some of the information I'm hearing from scientists, and alternating that with taking frame grabs of still images from our video feed so that there'll be a shorter way to review this dive later for other scientists that are interested. And then another data logging task that we do is when we take physical samples, we make sure to
if you'd like, we
log
could
all of
approach that
information,
target where we
both
dropped
in
and we'll
typed
definitely
computer
see
form
it.
as well as a paper log form as a backup and as
Okay.
a format that we use when we take the samples into the wet lab for processing and subsampling.
Right.
So it's sort of making sure you're balancing your activities so that you don't miss out on anything interesting that's going on while you're busy doing one of your other roles.
All right.
Great, thank you. The view from Argus is so cool right now.
Yeah, this is one of the shallower dives for Nautilus. We're often hundreds or thousands of meters down rather than 100 or so meters like we are now.
Yeah.
So we're seeing more fish than we often see. So that's different.
Yeah.
We don't usually encounter small schools of fish at the depths we often are.
I've never been on an expedition that had dove this shallow before, so this is a first for me, at least on Nautilus. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
cool.
exciting.
Right.
And for all of our viewers, yeah, there's a lot going on in the control van right now. We have some folks on SBL, some folks not. So if you're hearing people talking but not extremely loudly, it's just because they're not on headset right now. We have many people in here, more than seats. Everyone's excited to be here and exploring Osborne Bank. So if you're hearing people in the background, then not everyone's on headset right now, but we'll be shuffling people in and out.
I think if we reacquire that physical marker and then maybe back out a bit, that might be.
Our lead scientists,
pretty much dead on.
Dr. Robert Ballard and also Dr. Larry Mayer are here in the control van, but they're not on headsets right now. They are up with the ROV pilots helping direct some of these dives. So they switch back and forth on headset and not. So you may hear them talking every once in a while, but right now they're not on headset.
I'd like to say hi to our viewer Moya down in New Zealand. Always nice to have you with us. Really glad you could start the season with us as well. Looking forward to visiting down there
Go ahead and measure that.
in July.
Yeah, from Hercules. So you have Hercules over here to the right. There we go. Yep. So, well, as they sort out what they're doing here, we're going to reacquire once we get a visual on the marker, and we're going to approach it. So we have a visual straight ahead. There it is. And you should be okay. Once we have visual, we can drive towards it.
For our viewer asking about an online map to track us, we do normally have one. We were just informed today that it's currently having some technical difficulties on shore, so it'll be up to date, unfortunately, on Monday, but we are pretty close to shore right now near the Channel Islands, so if you Google Channel Islands, we're around there.
What day of the week is it now?
I have no idea. Friday. It's Friday.
It's Friday?
Yeah, it's almost the weekend.
TGIF.
Yeah.
No, we already have marker. T2.
I think to celebrate, I'm going to do an ROV dive and then do it again.
We don't have a weekend. We
Or
just
no,
dive and dive.
Yeah. Dive and dive. Next thing you know, it's October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's so happy to have us back. So are we. Thank you for tuning in. I'm happy that you guys can all join us on our first dive. We're really excited to be here and to be starting our season. It's a pretty long one. We'll be going from today, May 10th, until October 17th.
So you can check here. You look at the tether there. So we're not too extended out. We're not directly over. We can kind of just like see that we're in a good position here.
Right, okay.
Roger that. So then you go over here.
So Jess, if you look,
there you go. Oh, you want a little less?
Aubrey, are you on an SPL?
No, he's standing up.
I can't hear you.
So yeah, is it this or was it over here?
I hear you talking in my other ear, but not on SPL.
Sorry, Kelly. Those are 10-meter divisions.
Hang on one second. I'll grab someone to see if I can get this worked out. Simple measures.
See if maybe if we approach onto the marker, we might be able to. So if we go and get like kind of right up on that marker, Scott, I have a feeling that we dropped it right where we were getting a good scan. Yeah, that's what. Bob, do you agree? I think if we get up right up on the marker, I think because we would have dropped it where we. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. And then we could back down on it, maybe.
For if you're asking, the lasers that you see are a way of measurement. They're 10 centimeters apart. It's attached to the ROV Hercules, so it's just one way for us to measure, sizes of
See if we can get
rocks
any
or
hit in
fish
there.
or something that swims by. But yeah, they're 10 centimeters apart.
T2, there it is. Says it right there. Everything's good.
It's a good view of it.
Nav's good. Yeah. Yeah, it's not really, when you're in 100 meters of water, it's like kind of cheating. Yeah, I don't know. It might be that little guy. So.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Roger, you want to zoom on Argus? Okay, coming in. Want me to hold about there? Great, let me focus that up for you. So we've got a nice zoom on the Argus camera on SAT2 on the website.
Yeah, that's a really cool shot.
Bubble, quad winch. I'm going to change that.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Adeline. We have 2 ROVs on board the Nautilus, Hercules and Argus.
Can you make a note for me? Or just remember? Yeah, any sort of note.
Depending on which channel you're watching, Hercules is on channel 1. It's the yellow-topped ROV. That's the one that has the manipulator arm and lights and cameras and all these scientific sensors and tools and equipment on board. And then we have ROV Argus, which will be the view from channel 2 looking down on ROV Hercules.
Hey, Scott, I think they're imaging back there, right? We're just sitting. We're just sitting. Yeah, can I do a push on Herc? Okay, thanks.
I turned you on listening to SPL just in case, but
I'm gonna.
Yeah. I mean, you can always turn that off if it's too chattery. So. Yeah, it might just be the small one that we're looking at dead ahead, and maybe we back out. It's hard to say because the coda's like up here. See what we. I see the worm casings, but
For if you're asking, this dive will last about roughly 13 hours, give or take. But that's the hope. About 13 hours. A lot of watching to do.
So we're seeing a lot of interesting biology here while we hold in this position for our 3D scan. So most of the white that we're seeing looks like deceased cup corals. We've also seen some brittle star arms. We're seeing, let's see, there's a white coral. We've also seen a few small yellow corals. Anemones are